Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. See ya. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday, we're seizing the day. Digital finance, underneath a love, serving food for what those two, rising as the beat and it's Eastern on P2GTV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come eat with me.
Grand Rising, what's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Oh, man, what a day. Grand Rising. Let's get this off the stage. Okay, that's better. Welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases. I'm one of your hosts, Alvin Thomas, coming to you live, otherwise known as the Gold Banker. Welcome. Oh, well, let me tell you, today is going to be a very interesting day. We're getting some stuff prepared. We're a little bit working in the background. Look, let me tell you, it is a holiday for a lot of people going to the park today, even though it's raining. But let me say this to you guys. The wheels don't stop. The wheels do not stop. They keep going, and they keep going. You know, one of the things that, we've said before, time and time again, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And to tell you the truth, that is probably the truest thing that we've ever said on this platform, and anyone can research that. And the government and central banks are currently doing that as we speak in high volume, very, very high volume. And they're not saying it, they're not telling you anything, but what they are telling you is that they realize that they have no more buyers left for the debt note that we hold, and that they have us using over and over, and they're trying to keep the suppression of knowledge to a maximum. So what I want to do here today is actually have a conversation for resolution for all of us here in the space, so we can actually take charge of what's going on and be available to manage our own bottom line. Because the biggest thing in the space is, if you don't own it, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Grand Rising, Faye, good to have you in the space. Oh, man. So the partner will be here shortly. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to go with the video right now so y'all guys can catch up and listen up. Look, I know it's a holiday and some of you guys are just kicking back, chilling, but I want you to please. Look, I know it's a holiday and some of you guys are just kicking back, and grab a piece of paper, because this is important. If central banks are working through the holidays, why aren't you working through the holidays? Central banks are working and solidifying their bottom line. Why aren't you working through the holidays? All right, we're gonna jump here real quick. Give me 1 second.
Al, you have echo.
I have echo.
Al, you have echo.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, you got a bad echo.
Testing 1, 2.
I'll see if it's me. Okay, it was me. I had to correct something. I was trying to figure out.
Okay.
We are good. We're all good. Grand Rising, everybody. How y'all doing? Great day. It's great to be able to be together on Amazing Monday together. So y'all are up, not running out to work. Some of y'all. Let's get it popping. Mr. Thomas, you got this.
Yep, we got to go back and get it. We got to pull it back. All right.
Now in the gold market. Goldman Sachs just reported that central banks are buying far more gold than what was previously reported. And the more I look into this story, the bigger
There's
it
no sound.
gets. Who is behind the missing gold? What are they preparing for, and why are they hiding it? Because I can tell you one thing for sure. Countries don't accumulate this.
Thank you.
Al, there's no sound.
I got you. Give me 1 second.
Can you say something again? We're not getting sound on this side.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Oh boy, what that doesn't happen. All right, I'll fix it on my side because I have a lot of people over here trying to listen in, and we have nothing coming through the speaker.
Okay, we gotta bring back.
Can everybody hear? So from our audience, if you can hear us, let us know, please. We need to know if the Facebook, if the YouTube audio can hear us. Now I know our stereo and our clapper audience can hear us because they're on speaker, but our speaker here doesn't work. And Mr. T, I don't have you at all.
So let's see. What do you got? What do you got? I'm checking my mic.
All right, let me see. It's me. You can let it play. We're gonna let it play. Go for it.
Something big is happening right now.
Nothing.
Goldman Sachs just reported that central banks are buying far more gold than what was previously reported. And the more I look into this story, the bigger it gets. Who is behind the missing gold? What are they preparing for, and why are they hiding it? Because I can tell you one thing.
Okay, guys,
for
on
sure.
this end, I'm going to get you some sound. Don't worry about it.
This much secret physical gold if they're confident in where the system is heading next. So let's talk about what Goldman Sachs actually found, because this is not just another story about a bank updating their price target. According to a new report by Goldman, central banks are now expected to buy far more gold this year than what was previously expected. But the much bigger story is that the official reserve data hasn't been capturing the full picture of what's been going on with central bank gold purchases for the last 10 months, meaning central banks have been accumulating far more physical gold than anything that's been reported on the official data. But this is important because it impacts us all. We're talking about sustained, aggressive, physical gold accumulation in secret during one of the largest debt bubbles in modern history. But before we get into who's behind this and what they're preparing for, it's important to first understand how this gap in reporting came to be. Now, London has long been the center of the global gold market. It's where governments and central banks are doing their large-scale purchases. And because the UK produces virtually no gold of its own, it's been easy to get an estimate of how much central banks have been buying. You basically reconcile the outflows of gold from London gold vaults, as well as the export data for gold, and usually these numbers align pretty well. That is, up until recently. Think of it like this. Imagine a storage unit where the door is see-through, so you can see everything inside of that unit. On the outside, there's a log of everything that's left the unit. Yet as you continue to look at the storage unit, it gets emptier and emptier, things are leaving, and yet the log has no record of anything leaving at all. Something's not adding up. That discrepancy is essentially what Goldman Sachs just discovered. Starting in August of 2025, the vaults were draining, but the export data wasn't showing anything, meaning that the gold was leaving, it just wasn't accounted for. Now, if you take into account all of this unaccounted for gold and apply it to central bank purchases, the amount of gold that central banks have been buying jumps up roughly 70% higher. Not because central banks just today started buying gold again, but because they never stopped. They just have been doing it more in secret. This is because gold has two classifications, and bear with me on these names, they don't make sense, but there's non-monetary gold, which is essentially commercially traded gold, gold that is tracked and reported. And then there's monetary gold, which is when a central bank claims it as an official reserve asset. Now, historically, central banks would purchase their gold, export it, and then classify it as a reserve asset, making it monetary gold. And in that process, it would show up on the export reporting. But now central banks, the loophole that Goldman discovered is that central banks are having a London custodian purchase the gold for them in the London vaults, classify it as a reserve asset, a monetary asset, and then export it, where there's no official reporting that has to be done. But the crazy part about all of this is that this loophole isn't new. So it begs the question, why is this happening now? Why are they doing it in secret? And I think the answer to these questions tells us a lot about where the global monetary system is going next. And not to answer a question with a question, but I think where we have to start is who are the entities who are purchasing all of this gold in secret? Now, the honest answer is I can't say with certainty who it is at this time, who's behind the missing gold. But if I had to speculate, I think China is an excellent place to start. Not just because they've been an aggressive buyer of gold over the last few years, but because they have a proven, documented track record of not being straight about their gold holdings. China went over a year without reporting any of their gold purchases to the IMF, and then suddenly a huge jump. In 2023, another big jump. And then in 2024, they claimed that they were going to stop their purchases, but it doesn't really make sense when you look at everything else that China has been doing. We know for a fact that China has systematically been building the infrastructure to take gold control and power away from the West and move it to the East through the Shanghai Gold Exchange, which was created as a direct competitor to Western-controlled institutions like the LBMA.
We are expediting the development of new growth areas. That very much includes building an international gold trading market and commodity trading ecosystem in Hong Kong. The MOU will set in motion a cross-boundary trade clearing system for the precious metal.
Not only does it allow them to price and settle gold in yuan, but it also plays a direct part into the gold corridor, or a series of gold vaults built all over Asia, including in Saudi Arabia's borders, that allow nations to settle in physical gold, which also brings me to the point that China right now most certainly isn't acting alone. Many times over the last year, people have asked me, Taylor, what happened to the BRICS nations? We heard so much about them. Did they give up? Did they fail? And my answer is always the same. No, they got smart. They got wise. They realized that shouting from the rooftops every single move that they're making isn't beneficial to the long game, to the end game. Just because we don't hear about it every day, it would be a grave mistake to think that the BRICS nations are not still making moves. The hidden exports loophole could be used by any sovereign buyer. If you look at what happened in 2022 when central banks started really buying gold, it was prompted by the US's freezing and seizing of Russia's assets. When we seized hundreds of billions of dollars worth of Russia's US assets, every other country looked around and said, you could be next, you could be next, I could be next. It carried risk to have dollar-denominated debt, not just because there were concerns around the US's creditworthiness or if they were going to get paid back in real terms, not just nominal terms, but now you have the threat of weaponization. That's something that you think you hold as a nation that's going to protect your wealth now can be actually used against you. Well, of course, you're going to have central banks moving into gold because gold has no counterparty risk. You don't have to worry about it being shut off with the push of a button or another nation turning around and weaponizing against you. If you hold it, what's the old saying? If you hold it, you own it. See, central banks, they're not worried about whether gold's price is going to go up or down. They know where gold is going. It's up, right? They're not worried about what's happened over the last couple of months. They've continued to buy, and they've continued to buy in secret. Why? Well, I think a lot of it has to do with political reasons. Any purchase of gold on a large scale is essentially a vote of no confidence for the dollar and the dollar-denominated system we live in, right? And the dollar is king, and the U.S. needs it to remain that way in order to continue this debt cycle that we've created. Without buyers of U.S. debt, of U.S. treasuries, you cannot continue to print and run this machine the way we have, but that's exactly what's happening right now. And if you're an ally of the United States or you're on favorable terms or peaceful terms, and suddenly we see that you're loading up on gold and ditching the dollar, well, that doesn't bode very well for our future relationship. So my theory is that many of these banks are now moving in secret. And it could be a month, a year, 2 years when we find out just how much gold everyone else really has. Maybe we'll never know. But it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, if we know that the monetary institutions, the central banks, the ones who are quite literally creating the currency that they're telling us all to hold and to save and to spend in, if they are ditching the currencies they're creating in favor of gold, that tells us all we need to know about what's coming next. The days of a dollar-dominated system are numbered, and this has big implications for your savings, your retirement, your purchasing power, the future of the system itself as we know it. So let me ask you, are you positioned? Are you prepared for what is coming next? The same way that these central banks are positioning right now. They're not waiting, right, for that final day. They're not waiting to wake up on the news one day and see that the dollar is being revalued, devalued. They understand that that is the trajectory we're on, and they're getting in position now. If you have any questions about your strategy for what's coming next, you can always call us at the number below. You can scan the QR code and set up a time to talk to someone here, talk to a real person here. Our analysts are truly the best in the business. I just spoke to a client of ours last week who told me that she learned more from her analysts in the last month than she had from the last couple of years of trying to find out all this information. It's what we do. We study currency resets, currency life cycles throughout history, and how best to protect yourself. Yes, we are a full service gold and silver dealer. I know sometimes I see in the comments, oh, you're just selling gold and silver. Well, of course we sell gold and silver. We believe in gold and silver. I personally protect my wealth with gold and silver, but we are so much more than that. We specialize in education and helping people just like you prepare for what's coming next. Questions at all, or you're ready to take, call us at the number below.
Did you not want me to stop the video, Mrs. Thomas?
Tag, you're it.
Okay. All right,
Oh, man.
Stop the video there because we want to make sure we put this out to everyone. ITM Trading is an amazing resource. This is one that we absolutely use for information for this platform, because we've got to start sharing this in the best possible way. My level of information is not even close to that. I love it because that's where I get my leads for my research, because now I know which direction I need to continue. Does that make sense? I certainly hope that you all are getting this. What we do is take the ball and we carry it to the next. Now, not everyone is ready for ITM Trading. I'm just going to share this with you. ITM Trading has a certain customer, and I think we all know. Their customer would be someone who happens to have a retirement account, someone who has established themselves in finances, and they really just need to get coaching and development and resources on moving your finances into another asset class, which you absolutely should be getting on now. Do not wait. And I mean that. If you are as someone who has amassed quite a bit of wealth in an area, and by the way, just to let you know, our level is to work with the ones that are just getting started. Those who have you may be working, but you may not have accumulated quite a bit of finances, and you really need to start something now. Maybe you have a savings account and it has a couple of $100,000 in it, not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all get where I'm coming from? We'll help you with a project called At Cost Metals. That project, and just for those who know, At Cost Metals now has a customer program. It's originally a membership program, like BJ's or Costco's. Well, in this case, it would be the Costco's of gold and silver. But I will let you know right now, we buy in group buying, so I get discounts for group buying. That's what I do. And I make sure, just like I would share somebody my Costco's membership, I share my At Cost Metals. Why do I do that? Because I get rewarded for sharing that. That way they can pay our company, KP2, they can pay P2G for sharing this information. I was already purchasing, and we don't even call it purchasing. We were saving in gold and silver. It's a savings program. I want you guys to realize You need to stop saving cash in those banks where you're watching the dollars lose value. You feel that. You already know that. I don't have to convince you that the dollar is losing value.
Every week we see the pinch.
But what we seem to have to explain to you over and over is that if you don't get started now, all you're going to have is dollar dust while we live with gold dust. I don't care how much gold goes up. You better get it in any small increment that you can get. And that's what I absolutely love about At Cost Metals. At Cost Metals is a platform that has all levels of metals that come with small increments. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, this particular, when it comes to ITM trading, you will go to their website, itmtrading.com. We don't promote their telephone number. So if you don't catch it during it, you can always run the rerun on there. Now, At Cost Metals is exactly that. You'll end up getting the link for it. You see it at the top here. At the top left of this screen is the QR code for you to be able to go to At Cost Metals, take a look at what they have, and purchase. One of my relatives just ordered, and he's so excited. He got his little silver, and he was excited because it's his first time saving. And I told him, I said, I'm going to share something with you. It's addictive. Learning how to secure your finances is addictive, and doing it effectively is addictive. And that's the best addiction you could ever have. Protecting your personal wealth, actually recognizing that you have wealth, that your dollars matter because you made it matters to you. And it will make you, and people go, oh, I don't have enough to buy. You're not buying anything. I turn cash into real money. Say that again, y'all. We're turning cash into real money. People always want to ask me that one silly, and I call it the stupidest question we ever learned. How do we spend it? You don't want to spend it. Wealthy people don't spend gold and silver. I don't care what you see on John Wick or whatever you see it on. You understand? That right there is not the real deal. You know what the real deal is? You trade or you borrow, leverage gold and silver. Try to trade dollars or borrow or leverage dollar bills. It won't work. Mr. Thomas, you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm into the conversation. I want to really, I'm right where you are because I see that people are, and it's funny you brought up John Wick because they think it's a consumable. They're actually doing what Ruby just said. They're trading for services. They're trading and bartering. But then
something. And y'all don't even know what it was. The reason gold is used is because the quality of what they're paying for. In John Wick, y'all don't realize he's paying for security. He's paying for a truce amongst killers in the same space. That is not buying a hotel stay.
No, that is not.
Get over that. He is buying top level security and a peace of mind, good night's sleep. Guaranteed. By blood oath. None of y'all are doing that with gold and silver pieces.
Y'all ain't it.
So get over yourself. But the world works a different way. Real value, what's leverageable, meaning what you can borrow against. Y'all know, y'all always hear about the collateral for the car and the house. Well, what about a piece of gold? Mm-hmm. A piece of gold is more precious than a house or a car because it consistently, y'all know, the wealthy already understand. It's going up. So yes, I would trade for something that has a growing value guaranteed round the world. So I need us to start having a different level conversation. That's why we come to Breakfast with the Thomases. And that's why it's created. So my question is who out there, and you said you got the number. You need the number. I got you. ITM Trading is on YouTube. You don't really need it from us. If you want, you are welcome to rerun this video and get that information from the platform. But I don't do marketing for them. What we do is we share the information and allow for the commercial to actually do what it does, connect you. Okay. Now what happens is this. Like I said, I told you, I don't work for them people. They don't pay me. Our platform is not being sponsored by ITM Trading. Who it is being sponsored by is At Cost Metals because we want to make sure that our people, our community, the people who work from the ground up got access to. I want to just shout out brother Andre, Andre, who happens to be, he's happens to be out there on them streets actually teaching out in New Jersey. If y'all want to hook up with a brother out there, y'all can. If y'all out in the New Jersey area, please let us know. We'll connect you with actual meetings on the value of gold and silver, how to know what's going down. I love it because he does his thing I'm in New York and we do Wednesday nights. He does Wednesday nights.
Yep.
Brothers in the barbershops, and he got some folks out there with businesses that open their doors. So if you are definitely interested in stepping up and starting to pull this into your space and not just talking, because I hate when people go, oh, it's a nice conversation. I wasn't talking. We were recommending some informational guides that you start moving on, because I'm telling you the one thing. If you ain't feeling it yet, and boy, were we feeling it at that gas pump.
Lord have mercy.
We used our Costco's card for the first time. The Costco's gas card for the first time. Why? Because how much did you get off? It was what? $4.30 what?
$4.34 a gallon.
And what is gas currently? What, $4.89 or something like that?
$4.50.
You're at $4.50. A few cents per gallon, and it shocked me because it filled up the car a whole lot faster. Made me realize that those pennies that you're pinching off make a matter. And I teach
yes,
pennies.
They do.
My platform is called P2G, Pennies to Gold. It's wonderful when you can see it in action. But how many of y'all putting this process to action? You're building with pennies to be able to afford pieces of gold that will help build your pennies further. You have to start shifting. How many in our community know how to shift or how to flip money? How many of y'all know? How many of y'all listening talk about, oh, we know how to, you get a dime and you can make a dime into 50 cents. Huh? You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the whole problem. How many of y'all sitting down in classrooms that's happening every day? I've got about 3 partners out here, I should say 3 associates out here in the area of financial literacy that are doing it every single day and sharing with people how to do it. You know what your issue is? You too, and I ain't gonna say you too cheap. You too scared to invest in you. We tell you one thing, don't you dare give nobody your money.
That's
You
right.
already doing that for no money back. Y'all already doing that for no money back. If someone says, yo, you give me your money, I'll do this with you, run the other way. You will never hear that in this platform. If you ain't learning how to make your money grow, then the obvious thing is you're going to be paying for a long time. Thank you for letting me back.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong thing.
Okay, you stop touching things. I got that. Okay, so on Wednesday night, if you guys want to actually see how this goes down, we have some phenomenal activities that go on in this platform. We had a really good Sunday night class. Are you serious? My baby. I'm sorry, my sister's calling me, of course. Yeesh. Okay, so just let me catch back up. If you guys want to be in, if you want to actually be in the room, not a fly on the wall, but an actual conversational, have a seat, come check out this platform. The QR code is there for the Zoom. Go ahead and put it on your calendar and then show up. I can't tell you how many invitations that I've gotten through Gmail for someone signed up for our Sunday night or our Wednesday night, which are free, and you guys don't show up.
That's it.
Let me just make this clear. No one's going to remind you to become wealthy or to take steps that help you. There is no professor that called me on the phone and said class starts at this time. Y'all get me that? Y'all get that from me?
You got that day one.
If you are not, and I let folks know, I haven't missed anybody. I don't miss people who are not responsible with time because you're not ready for this. If you can't be responsible for your time to show up to information that you need or you want, then you're not ready for what's required to go to the next level. When people who have different events that are there for my benefit, that I have chosen are there for my benefit, I put them on the calendar and I show up. You'll know if I don't show up, if it wasn't of value to me. That's how I look at it when folks don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay because everything is not for everyone. But I'm glad that I don't have to waste my time and you don't have to waste your time. It's important to know what programs are there that you can take advantage of that you're going to get into. But what I want you to recognize is I've also seen people assume something with no information and lose out. Come back and go, I wish I'd have did this X amount of time ago. I wish I would have did this when I first saw it. Because you don't know what went down, but you made an assumption that kept you in the dark. And you lost not only opportunities, but possibly you lost some of the things that your value along the way. I want you guys to realize that you are the creator of your health and your wealth. You are it. It all starts right here. This thing right here decides everything. You have got
that it does.
And I am not going to lie. That brother last week was so powerful with what he shared. He shared the sauce. You have to learn how you think because you've been getting you where you are every day because you don't recognize patterns of thinking that have gotten you where you didn't want to be. That have put you where you keep saying, well, I can't grow. I love it. There's the IQ test. And there's EQ test.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional intelligence and informational inquisitory. Y'all gonna have to take something. Because some reason you can't get out of this hole, right? Some reason it just keeps going around. Some reason the same thing keeps happening with relationships and conversations with people. Some reason you keep hearing the same thing. People keep saying the same thing to you. Different people. That's not them.
That's definitely you.
And you've got to fix you. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I was where you were. I took a program called Landmark. Took that program for 2.5 years. I did something called assisting. Y'all call it volunteering, but we call it assisting. Because when you are at Landmark, it's like you take a step and then you help someone else take the step. My volunteerism helps somebody else have breakthroughs in life. So I wasn't volunteering. I'm assisting someone else's breakthrough. How many of y'all have learned something and you assisted someone else's breakthrough? To getting to what they got out of, to get the same thing for themselves. That's life. That's life lived on the court. That's consistent. Now, that's not what I did once before. That's what I do in a practice every single day. That's what how P2G was built to work.
On the court.
One teach one in real life. We might be in these boxes right now, but we don't stay in boxes. This is not some sort of radio situation. This is an opportunity for you to come in, get information, ask questions, and start solving some of the problems of the world. And with people who hold you accountable to reality. Excuse me. Folks that hold you accountable to reality and your actual authenticity. How many people do you have in your life that's going to make you step up the game?
Not many people have people who will actually hold them to their word. And that's a conversation that happens regularly.
You can hold them to their word.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Go ahead.
No, I noticed in the other, and I got this from somewhere else. It says, if you don't tell my dirt, I won't tell your dirt. And you think that makes life better.
You think those are friends?
No, those are people who will allow you to fall to the wayside.
As long as you don't hold me accountable, I won't hold you. Don't worry. I eat this ice cream and you go ahead and eat your potato chips. Yeah, I won't say nothing if you won't say nothing. We'll do a cheat day together. You're cheating yourself in life. And that's just an example. You got to start having partnerships in your life that help build you and that you can trust. That's the other thing, building trust. I had a conversation last night. Last night, we had an in-depth conversation about trust. And I told you, I show you better than I tell you. When we're in those live situations, I let people actually see what a living trust look like. Those documents that we showed from last week, we went through those last night. See, because we weren't playing. Because we need this in order for our community to exist in power. You can't talk about you want to be, we going to go together, but you are not around powerful people and you are not building any powerful people in your community. So we build powerful people by coming together and doing powerful things. Now, what happens is last night, one of the biggest problems, what's the biggest question that they kept asking about?
Well, one of the things that people, what really came out to me with a lot of people was the fact that how much money do I need to have? How much do I need to have? It doesn't matter what you have because, there was a young lady on YouTube.
To have a trust. That was the first thing. And how much money do I have to need a trust?
You don't need to have.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to have anything, but you do. One of the things, it's better to have the trust and not need it than need it and not have it. That's what I'm going to tell you point blank. And that's what I really believe.
I'm going to be really honest. And if you're going to apply that rule, I'm going to be very honest. That whole have it and not need it, not have it. First of all, you need it, period. And I told them that last night. You need a trust, period. You living a life out here? You alive? You getting stuff all the time? Things is always changing. You have expectations of owning things, right?
You do.
Well, my question is why would you want to own something precious but not want to protect it? You want to own gold and silver, but you don't want to have any safe place to put it. That's insane, y'all. That's
backwards.
That's a broke mentality. You're not going to get protection until you got something to protect. My question is, ain't your life worth something? Ooh, right? Because then there's life insurance. There's your property where you live in. How about your very own income? The problem is you thinking that you don't have enough to protect, but you're alive and everything you have needs protection. And it's all needs protection on a legal, lawful level. But you need to know what I need to have in order to have to go do this. Y'all see why you stay broke? Y'all see why y'all working yourselves to death? You're working yourself to death because you don't think you got enough.
When you have it.
Don't save. They don't save because I don't have enough. Miss Ruby, I don't have no money. I told you it starts with a penny. What you mean?
First of all, if you're on with us right now, you got money because you're either on a tablet, a phone,
you're on
somebody's computer,
and technology.
You're paying electricity somewhere, so you got money.
It's not about having money. It's about knowing value. We've been teaching y'all there is no money. You have to know value. You want the value of your personal finances to change, but you don't understand the value of what you have. At the smallest level, you can't identify value in your own hand.
10 cents.
So it's time that we shift the perimeter. That's what we're doing on Mondays and Sundays. That's what goes on in those back conversations that they have with it at the higher levels of government. When you're on a holiday weekend like today. So today, they're not having barbecues and eating. They're coming together in back rooms making laws that affect you come Tuesday.
Absolutely.
What are you affecting on a Monday holiday that's going to change your life come Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? This ain't church, baby. You don't go in and praise the Lord on one day and then come out and raise hell the next. That's not how that works. We don't do that here. That's not life and living. We don't play church. We play community. We build. And then we go act. It's called acquire, build, protect. And you guys have gotten really good at acquiring stuff. And even building, some of y'all good at building. But you know what most of y'all aren't that good at doing? Protecting it. Mm-hmm. Because you go, oh, this is mine. No, just saying it's yours, it's not yours. Just because you think it's yours doesn't mean it is.
And we have that line of thinking because we paid for it, we own it. If you look at it, we buy houses and we pay up the mortgage and all that stuff. Why are we still paying taxes on it?
But if you don't pay your taxes, you can lose your
They'll
home.
take your property.
Ain't that crazy? Your house worth $140,000 or $500,000. It's wonderful. You don't pay $50,000 of taxes, and they go, "Oh, we need to start writing you. We need to start putting a lien on that mug."
And they will.
For $50,000, and you just paid $500,000. What's wrong with you?
Yes, they will.
Come on, somebody. Oh, does that make sense?
You know, you own. In the house you own water. In the house that you live in, you pay water taxes. You don't even realize that. Or some of you may know it, but if you don't pay the water tax, they can also put a lien on the property.
Yes.
Because you're using city lines.
You're supposed to be.
Or county lines, wherever you live.
Now, what does this all mean? It's time for us to take that macro huge view and bring it down to the micro portion of your life. You are going to have to see how the big picture affects you at the level that you live in. You understand? Y'all get it yet? It's time for us to start taking steps forward and lifting up. Because what happens is we can go all day into the they, them, thou. Who, this, that, and the other. So it all falls back in your face, in your mirror. What have you done for me lately? To you. What have you done for you lately? What are you doing for your life? And some of y'all got attitude. She don't know who I am. She don't know what I did. My question is how secure is that? Can someone snatch it from you? Are you sure? And when I say someone, I'm not talking about somebody in your neighbors and stuff, because at any time you can get your home broken into. My question is getting your home broken into, how secure is everything in? So if everything got stolen, burned down, or what have you, how quickly could you actually get back in place?
Back in whole, being whole.
Y'all got that answer?
Being whole.
So for all my cuties that got all that, the gold, the earrings, and all of that, and you got your stuff all everywhere, and you got that hair right, the hair done, nails done, everything done, the whole nine, but you don't have a trust and you haven't funded it, or your house belongs to somebody. Situation changes in your life, and you can't hold on to it, because then they'll remove you from your home with paperwork. You did all that physical hard work to get that house, and paperwork can take you out of it.
Yes.
With nothing. We got to learn the rules, and then learn to make new moves. That's all it is. We're not out here trying to yell at people. I'm going to let you know right now. I don't preach and I don't yell. I let you know I'm passionate at what is going on, because for the first time, I know how I'm excited about what's happening in my life, what's happening with this information and what it's doing in my life, and what we're creating and what we're planning to be and do with others. I'm really excited about that, because baby, let me tell you something. This is just the beginning. I know it looks like the end of the world. A lot of people are shouting. They're shouting, "Oh, it's the end of days." Yeah, it's the end of the old days.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't end of days, baby. Time ain't end because you say so. Stop that. You can talk about the second coming. You know what the second coming means? That we got a whole new script and y'all ain't ready. That's what that means. You want to talk about the second coming of Christ? When he get his tail back here, he ain't taking y'all off of this paradise. Please.
What people seem to think,
language.
If you didn't play the game in the first, iteration, you might get it right the second go round. But the people who are in control of it, if they're playing the same game and you're playing the same position, what's different? What's different?
It's so interesting. Al, I'm gonna share something with you. What you're saying is so important. I'm gonna share something with you. I talked to my husband because I realized a lot of times you got people who will spend 20-something, 30 years at a job and never move position. They'll never get they'll get raises for being there, but they won't change their position. They'll go in the same qualification as they go out, or they actually go out to retirement, same position. As of recently, I have 2 people in my life who've realized that game was a losing game. 2 people who realized they couldn't retire. And it's so funny, they don't even know each other. But I think what's becoming an awakening is that you're going to have to get some new skills, even at the same job. Because some people are at the same job, y'all just sitting there. Y'all not moving. Y'all not trying to move. And that's the problem. You want to complain, but you don't want to be putting any effort into changing the game for yourself. Not waiting for someone to give you something, because a promotion comes with new skills and new attitude. I got 2 people. One of them is getting ready to finish college. He said it took him 20 years. He says it's been on a 20-year back burner, and it's time. I promised myself I would do this. It's time. I'm digging that brother. Loving it. I'm loving his efforts, and he's so proud. I'm so proud of him. We got my girl. She was like, she's been trying to retire for the last couple of years. You want to hear something? She said, nah. It ain't time. Now she's taking my program, so she gets the world view of it all. She understands that if you stable, now that you know what to do with money, make sure they give you more. Put them in a position to pay you more. Get your pieces of paper. If that's what the system says you need to get to that next level, do what it says. You can work inside, but you will protect outside the system. Y'all get that? They're not just running the treadmill someone put them on till it dies, or they do. They are now taking advantage of this new position the world has made available. New skill sets. Y'all get that? New worth to the company.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get that? When we say new worth to the company, and even an opportunity to come back as consulting. You ain't got to work for everybody.
No, you do not.
You can come in at a whole new pay raise, a whole new pay rate with a whole new position, and not have to work for them people and have multiple customers. But see, they put you on that treadmill with the same information when you was 5 years old. 5 years old started you in first grade. And you've been on that same education focus since then. You went to college, and most of y'all who went to college are still in the same mental mentality. Like them pieces of paper gonna get you somewhere. This is a world of doers. This is a world for the doer. It is no longer the world for the scholar. Get over yourself. What you know is irrelevant about what you can affect. Remember,
most scholars aren't even at work in the position that they went to school for. They're just trying to keep their head above water and keep tuition paid. Tuition.
Look, they got AI. They don't need you. Y'all understand that? These businesses got AI. What can you do? Can you make AI work for them in a way that most people cannot? Can you make certain things happen? Do you have a certain skill set, certain world views? How quickly can you get it done? I don't know if y'all realize, but projects that used to take weeks to do now are being done in hours within groups of people at the job. Hours. Used to be projects that they would put you on for days at a time are now being, if you can't use the tools of the day, same thing with money. You can't use the tools of the day, you're going to fall back. We do this on Wednesdays so that you can come into our class. So you be prepared for one of our classes, our actual education system. Because if you don't do it now, your tomorrow is yesterday. It's going to be the same. It's going to look the same, if not worse than yesterday.
And it's moving quicker and quicker.
And what do you know? I love it because on the website, we have a quiz, and I absolutely enjoy the quiz. Our quiz is kind of weird because what we're doing with that is it's not an IQ quiz. It's to see what you know about financial literacy, digital financial literacy. It's to help you actually grasp what you're in the know of and what you're not. Because what you don't know will hurt you today. We're in the information stages of life. What are you going to do? Y'all get that? What are you doing about the knowledge set that you have and how far it can take you? Now, a lot of y'all give me excuses. Oh, I'm in such a, I'm not close to this place and I don't have these resources. If you have the internet, you have the resource.
You're close.
You're close enough. If you can get on to a Zoom, you're close enough. You have to learn to ask questions in a community that's willing to answer, that doesn't gatekeep, and has resources to share.
That's it.
Now, last night we invited everyone to join our Telegram. I don't know how many people are actually on that Telegram. So how many of y'all that pop on the show are actually in the Telegram where we get all the updates to the different information? These don't come up. Only thing, the invitation to these come up in that Telegram. It is about communication. It's about coming in and being with each other in the space of new knowledge, of information, how to, what to, when to. You got me? So we are now inviting people to join that Telegram. When the new website is being worked on right now to actually be published, we got a few things we got to work out because it's not a regular website. It is a business portal.
That is correct. That is the right terminology.
Okay. We have a business portal, an education portal that's popping up, and we got to make sure that the holes are all patched up for you. So when we're running demos, we're making sure. And I told you, life is about action. It's about activity. For y'all to be a member of that free, even to have a free account, I want to make sure your account doesn't fall apart up under you. And I'm not like, I hate to say it, I'm not like Microsoft. I'm not willing to demo something at the possibility of it falling apart right behind me. I've seen those days. I gotta see some of them videos. It's embarrassing. I tell the only thing Bill Gates got is definitely has integrity, because he stood up while them suckers went blue screen behind him. Paid events. Crazy. Anyway, I digress. I'm just saying, this is a time where people have to start looking at new skills with everything. And skills with finances are important. It's so funny because a lot of people don't like having to learn how to trade. And I had that same problem, but I had to learn about the market. I had to learn about how money flows, because I wanted to be a part of the international financial scheme. That way I had bigger and wider opportunities.
Yep.
Because that's all that is. It's accessing the international game of things and being able to have more of a chance of growth than you would if you were stuck in one area. Y'all get it? And I didn't want to have to give my funding away for someone else to be able to make moves that I didn't understand and I didn't authorize. I want to know why they're making moves on my behalf. I want to know what the market is. I want to be able to make that call. Y'all know all those movies y'all saw where dude was like, yo, sell, buy, blah, blah. Well, that's because they knew what they were talking about. Yep. They knew how to guide their person. But you don't need a license or to be a broker to handle your money internationally. Most of y'all don't know how that works. It's time to manage that. It's time to get that info.
It's time. It's about this.
All right. Sorry. Now, I know you've heard my voice long enough because Mr. Thomas is, practically falling asleep over there.
No.
But I want you to just know this. You guys have got to start stepping up the game. This is not what we're talking about and that you saw in the beginning. And those who are just getting in, watch that video, rerun this. You're going to have to rerun this. Because if you don't, you will regret not paying attention to the moves made around the world. I'm making banking moves like the banks. I'm not sitting here playing in the customer seat any longer. Y'all tired of being called consumers? Learn what the creators and the movers and shakers are doing. Y'all get it? You have to learn what they're doing to follow the moves when they're being made. And that's what we do on Wednesdays. And that's what we do in class. We make the moves. So you can either sign up for an actual class, or you can come and have a conversation about how it works, how the classes work, what the platform does, what we're up to, and where we're going. This community is building with or without you. We would love you to join us. But if you just want to keep watching, it's okay.
No. You people have been watching for a very, very long time. And what happens is you get so used to hearing it, it becomes white noise to you. And then when it's time to take action, you're like, Wait, I know this. What happened? Why did I? And you're asking the question why after the fact.
Yeah. And
And
unfortunately,
unfortunately,
it doesn't make it happen for you.
no, it doesn't, and it doesn't soften the blow when they're dropping zeros in your account, in your savings account.
Right. And when he
Or
says dropping zeros, that means that they're actually removing the value from. So what you're going to see here, and I love this little ditty. This is our platform. This is our page. You come to p2gnetworks.com. Okay. And we're going to let you know, we're going to build wealth, but no lazy money way, because that's our motto. No lazy money. Okay. Acquire, build, protect. These things stick. P2G Networks teaches digital financial literacy. And here, if you explore the resources, you're going to be able to see all of the classes with the links. Got it? How to get into everything we're up to.
the one-on-ones.
There's your quiz, by the way, straight up on the page. You can take the QR code right now, okay? Or you can go to P2G and click the button. Then we have our 12-week course, which breaks down everything we just talked about. It is it's a kindergarten to college version of financial literacy on a whole nother level. And it is how not to just get your hands dirty, but to how to start to mold the clay. Build a financial portfolio from day one. I don't know how many people are doing that right now, but we make sure you understand the digital tools to use them. How do I, Miss Ruby, how do I sign up? How do I install? How do I set it up? What's the security? What's the safety? All built into the program. And it's not just crypto. It is gold. It is silver. It is all your paper assets in a portfolio accounted for, so that you now know what your true value is. Told you it's not about money.
No, it is not.
If you're not ready to take the class, then come click into a Wednesday. This is the Wednesday. This is our P2G community digital financial literacy action company meetup. We do it once a week, and there's no recording. So I'm not selling recordings of our action meetings. It is live only. If you don't come, you've missed it. If you can't make it, make arrangements. And I mean that. Y'all contact us, see what other nights that you can get on, or check out our consultation. Now on Sundays, we have a new program. Okay. Sundays, we have a new program. This registration I have to make live, but we're actually signing people up for next month. It was supposed to start this month, but we had some things that changed the schedule. We will begin in June. Sundays. This will be a live Zoom, and these are all actionables. You will have had to learn how to manage wallets beforehand. You have to learn how to manage wallets. The entire curriculum for the D.F.L or Digital Financial Literacy 12-week, that is something you will have to have acquired, because these are all actionable investment days. This is our investment group. If you would like to start seeing money move, because you already learned all those other things, but you haven't seen anything, you're not farming, you're not doing liquidity pools, you're not working DeFi to build up your funds, and you don't know how to access gold and silver with your crypto growth, then you need to be on this platform on Sundays. Sign up for the month. This is monthly. You pay once, you build the whole month. Now, it sounds like something you want to do. Sounds like a bit. And that's building only. So then here, this is my one-on-one. For those who are interested in getting my schedule to be able to do personalized digital financial, to get your portfolio together, because you need to start making moves, that's the resource. Just click it and hop on. Your portfolio session is whenever you're ready. Because some of y'all know y'all need to move stuff and y'all can't wait to class. This is how you get to the show. Come on, make sure you sign up for all the shows. You'll go to our YouTube and click notify me and be able to get this program whenever you would like to be on it. And if you would like to be on the show because you have a business, y'all know that Work It Out Wednesday is when we have businesses come in and share what they're up to. Not just businesses, but people. Now, if you would also like to be on our website as one of our sponsorees, or even our partnerships, we are partnered with the gang Scrummy, because we believe in building up the mind. If you don't build yourself, there is no way to build your wealth. And one of the two ways you do that is through building up your mental capacity. Scrummy is a game that we actually utilize for all kinds of family get-togethers to in a fun way.
It is fun. Scrummy is so fun.
Start smart and start enjoying yourself with family and with words. This, I tell people, this got the energy of spades, so be careful.
You owe me a game, young lady. I ain't forget.
Also, guys, for those who have couples out there, Scrummy is an excellent date night game. If y'all don't want to be spending money and you want to be investing money, invest time in each other by getting a Scrummy game. This is made by a sister that has been on our show, and her and her family have taken the time to create something that builds our community from a whole nother level. The level that we absolutely are missing.
Yes.
Now, here we go. If you are suffering physically, I have been suffering physically, but not permanently, because thank you to MicroDaily, I'm starting to pull out of a lot of this good stuff that's been happening to my sinuses. But you're going to have to pay attention. So hang out on the MicroDaily website, see what's going on. They start, and I know a friend of mine says cellular detox. That is not a joke. They work with them as a inside immune booster. Antioxidants all into this project. And believe it or not, this used to be this was military built, a patent from for the military that belongs to the owner, the creator. And he has been building stuff for everybody, any community that would like to start getting into long-term illnesses and start turning back the page on that. So check out the MicroDaily, because these micronutrients change the world. I love the liquid part, the one that is a liquid, because I have a hard time with pills. And believe it or not, when I have to take my pills, the actual liquid makes it easier. So, man, I'm trying to tell you, if y'all like what you see, I'm just letting you know, if you like what you see at 53, I'm just saying.
I do.
Things don't happen. Anyway, and back over to the beginning. Baby, let me tell you right now, it ain't nothing but a thing, okay? We're going to come together. We're going to build in community no matter what anyway. It's better that you be there instead of being in fear. We don't want you all sitting around going, what if I could have? Get on it. See what happens. The worst you can say is not interested. But at least you'd really be not interested in something. Y'all know what I'm saying? So with that, I want to give y'all some love. I want to let you know that's what's up. And Mr. Thomas, did you change the flyer?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so is that Sunday? No.
Oh.
You're welcome to come and join us on any Wednesday or Sunday, or just come to class. Come to one of the programs and get started changing your life. We created 12 weeks for a reason, because we need time to make sure it sticks. You spent 12 years of the kind of programming, 12 years consistent, trying to programming that has not benefited your life. You could at least take the time, 12 weeks of your life, to shift your financial literacy and really know that it shifted because you got results. So I'll see you soon. I love you much. I got to go pay attention to my markets and my funding. I do it every day. I do everything I train others to do. We're doing, and we love
you. Myself today.
All right, and that's a wrap. I love you guys on chat. Thank you so much from Clapper and Stereo, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere, as well as Twitch. Oh my God, Twitch, we loving you. Have a good one. Peace and love.
Ooh, see you. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday. Pay it forward Friday. What season TV.